we go. These are the trunk lid stops, and they're adjustable, and they're supposed to have a piece of rubber on it, so when you close the trunk it rests on the bottom of the body under the trunk lid. And mine didn't have anything on here at all. Mine were gone. Luckily enough, I got another set from a friend in the Buick club, and now I got to put some rubber on the end of those. So we'll proceed with that. Okay, that's where that little stop is, right there. And there's supposed to be a little piece of rubber there underneath that. So there's a number of things you can use. One is Plastidip. You can dip it in there and let it, cure, and dip it in until you get the right thickness. And it takes a while. I found a product that I'm going to use, and I'll be showing you how I did it. Okay. One of the first things I did was I took some brass and I made a couple of molds here. Now this one has a rounded bottom, and this one here has a square bottom. I've tried the rounded bottom one already. And the first thing I tried was black silicone. Try to get the glare out of there. And it actually did work. The only problem is it needs to sit for about a week. I let it sit 48 hours and I pulled it out, and it was only halfway cured. So if I would have waited longer, this actually would have worked. Another thing I tried some urethane windshield glue, which is a real tough rubber. That didn't cure at all in the space that I had here. So I found this other product called VersiMold on the internet, and I thought I'd give it a shot. This basically is like silly putty, and you put it in the mold, then you use your heat gun and warm it up to about 250 degrees, and once it's cool you just pull it out. So it's fairly quick. And I did do one, and it's let's see, show you what it looks like here. I did it really quick, and this is one I did with the round, and it's a little flexible, so I don't know, I didn't really get it super hot, so I'm not sure if that was cured enough, but I think that would work. But I'm going to try the square mold. But it's pretty quick, and you can make a variety of parts with it, so I'm going to go ahead and try to make another one in the flat bottomed mold here and see how that one comes out. Okay, one other thing I did on this mold, I drilled 3 little holes. That's going to help me get the air pockets out when I push this stuff in there. So we're going to give this a try. You see, it's kind of like silly putty, this stuff. I'm going to pack that in there. Try to get it to the bottom. In there. And you really want to get all the air pockets out, so I'm going to try to push it until it comes out those little holes. There she comes. Okay. I'm going to keep doing that until I got it completely full. Because I'm sure if you leave air pockets, there's going to be air pockets, and it's not going to liquefy before it hardens. So pretty much what you see is what you get. So you want to make sure you push it down in there, because all the heat's going to do is harden it. It's not going to turn to a liquid. I'm going to keep working that in there. Now they say if you got any excess, you can put it back in here and use it later, because it's only reacts to heat, not necessarily air. So And we're starting to get it to come out the bottom. So I'm going to get this level full, and then I'm going to put my little bracket in there and work it in. So keep working with this stuff. Squish it down in there. Okay. I got it packed in there pretty darn good. Now, obviously when I push this piece down in there, now this stuff does not have any adhesive ability. In fact, when you heat it up, this will pull right out. You won't need any release. Like I was using that ultra black, you need to put like candle wax, melted candle wax in there, otherwise it wouldn't release because it would bond. So this little hole here and these little ends are all it's going to grip. So you got to work that stuff into those notches. So that's going to be next here. We'll push this down in there. Get it down in there. And I'm going to make sure that I got enough packed in along the edges here. I want to make sure that that's in that hole and in the edges. Otherwise it'll pull right out. Because that's the only thing that's going to hold it. We got to pack it in there good. So you're experiencing this the same as I am. This is my first shot at messing with this stuff. I've never used it before or actually ever heard of it. I just came across it on the internet. I'm going to keep pushing that in. Okay, I'm going to finish cleaning this up, and then we're going to get the heat gun out, and we'll heat her up. Okay, I've been heating it for about 10 or 15 minutes now. Yeah, I'm up 230, 240. I'm going to go a little bit more, get it up to that 250 range, and then I'll be done. Okay, I got it up to about 250. We're going to let that cool off, and then we'll pull that thing out of there. Okay, it is now cool to the touch. One thing I want to do is just go around the edge with a razor blade and trim off. I use the edge of the thing as a trimming point just to clean it up a little bit. Run along the edge there. Okay, now I'll wiggle it out of there. There we go. Not too shabby. Looks pretty darn good. Yeah, I'd say that looks pretty close to the first one I did. Doesn't look too bad. I may have to trim the bottoms off for length and scrape a little of the excess off, but that's pretty much everything they said it was. That VersiMold does pretty much what they've said, so I'm pretty happy with it. And that should be it for those. Alright, we finally got some temperatures above freezing and the sun is out, so I got the door open so I can actually see what I did. I don't know how well this is going to film. But I got those trunk stops installed. Now I left them, I made them extra long because you can always trim them, but you can't make them longer. So, and this is what's, and they're obviously too long for what I'm using. See, and that's going to come down, and that's going to touch, but they're too long. I'm going to have to trim them, but I'm going to wait until all my body work is done, and then we'll worry about trimming those off then. But That worked out real good.